Book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Makadash, the water for His truth, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, the wisdom and understanding of the Holy Bible, the water Yahweh Yahweh Shai for the elders and apostles, great millstone who told us the truth, who are the true teachers of the Holy Bible, that eyes see our teachers, the water Yahweh Yahweh Shai, taking our bodies and living sacrifices, go out there and minister on the highways and byways, fish for the whole elect, sealed. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule and teach well, peace and blessing and salutations to you elect men who continue to push this truth in season and out of season, and on fire for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai in these last days, wherever he is scattered. Shalom, Akim, Shalom. Okay, the heavily entitled headline of the video is going to be Blood Red Skies over Australia. Blood Red Skies over Australia. Okay, because this is the Most High Yahweh Yahweh Shai making his visit upon this earth. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, the Holy Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, and all those other names. It is Yahweh. Okay? Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is the Son's name, our great terrible King, the Hamashiach himself. And they are coming to set fire upon this earth. And they have already begun. They have been begun. But it's increasing more and more. That solar eclipse, ring of fire, was a dramatic event. It was a major prophetic end times prophecy. A ring of fire around the solar eclipse on the new moon after this paganistic ass holiday that just passed, Christmas. Immediately after that, you had the new moon, and you had a ring of fire around it. All right, blood red skies seen over Australia. It's an article from the New York Times from Sydney, Australia, and it reads apocalyptic. Apocalyptic scenes, which means apocalyptic means end time. You know, apocalyptic scenes in Australia as fires turn skies blood red. You can go look at these videos. They got multiple videos, and it's still going on. There's over 4,000 people without homes right now from these fires. Okay? From these fires, man. You got fires taking place everywhere. I was looking at another video over there in Russia, over there on RT News Network. They had a Russian tanking explosion over there. A big explosion that set fire over there, man. It's a lot. You got fires everywhere. All across the so-called Middle East, all over there in Cali. It is increasing because the dreadful day of Yahweh Shai is near and at hand. Thousands of people fled from their homes as wildfires raged on the last day of the warmest decade on record in Australia. And we know who these are holy angels in these fires that's doing these things, man. Tall, dark-skinned angels can transform themselves into anything that they want to be. It's the book of Hebrews. And I'm not going to be that long, just straight into it. We got a conference call in a few hours, a couple hours, whatever. Okay? Get ready for that. The book of Hebrews, chapter 1 and verse 7. And of the angels he said, who maketh his angels spirits. They come in all shapes and forms, man, from the physical realm to the spiritual realm. And what do they do? And his ministers a flame of fire. Flame of fire, man. They can do whatever they want to do, and they the ones causing this destruction. Okay, ultimately leading to them controlling the thermonuclear missiles that are going to be concentrated heat fire that's going to burn America to pieces. Okay? It's going to be crisp. Okay? Dust. Nothing but smoke out here from America being burnt with fire. Yahweh Shah said he come to set fire. And the fire is already being on this earth. When I read that verse in Luke 12:49, he said if it already be kindled, that means if it's already hot and fire and burning everywhere, then he's going to add more fire and more fire and more fire from the missiles and from his chariots. Okay? The article reads, as the fire stalked the east coast of Australia on Tuesday, the daytime sky turned inky black. And that's what these missiles are going to do also. It's the book of Joel. Brothers already know I'm finna go with this. Book of Joel. There's Joel. Joel the 3rd chapter. So like Joel the 2nd chapter. We can get the 3rd chapter too. Joel 2. Alright. Joel 2. And get 10. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark. The sun and the moon shall be dark. Okay? It's darkness, inky black, man. When these missiles hit this place, the radiation is going to cause the sun to turn dark, black. Okay? This ring of fire, I'm telling you, is a major prophetic sign, man. Never seen that before, as far as my generation is concerned. It's the last generation to see all these type of things. No generation has ever seen a ring of fire around the moon, around the solar eclipse, around the sun, man. And immediately after that, here you have these prophetic events taking place like this. Alright? I had some more. Yeah. Keep it in Joel. Which one that is? Alright. Joel 2 and 30. It's a banger right here. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Woo! The Lord is very great and marvelous and terrible at his works, man, as it says in the book of Sirach. He said, what? Joel 2 and 30, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. And what are we seeing? You can see on the article. Look at that. That's fire right there, man. Smoke. You know, people are dead over there, man. You know, and you got jakes that scattered all over there too, throughout the four winds of the earth. Okay, this is detrimental, man. This thing is serious. Let's continue reading before I read the rest of the article. Joel 2 and 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. And these are all signs leading up to it. Ultimately to the missiles taking place upon this earth, man. Over here in Babylon, America. Alright? And the article reads, the daytime sky turned inky black, then blood red. Emergency sirens wailed, followed by the thunder of gas explosions. Woo! Uh-oh. By what? Emergency sirens wailed, mean they were going off. So emergency sirens wailed, mean they were going off. Okay? Followed by the thunder of gas explosions. It's the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited. And that visit means to punish. Look that word up in the blue letter Bible. The word visit there in Isaiah 29:6 means to punish. The Most High has come to punish the earth and the inhabitants thereof, man. All right? Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, which means war, the Lord of war. Exodus 15:3. With thunder, the word thunder, I just read that in the article, and with earthquake, and we have earthquakes in diverse places all over, man. And great noise. A great noise, explosion is a great fucking noise. Okay? With storm and tempest, and that's all over, man. You know, and all these Latin tribe or islands and everywhere, the Bahamas and everything, all the way over here. You know, these hurricanes, spirits of these these angels being these hurricanes, man, these spirits, and they follow the same transatlantic slave trade over here to America, man. Right down here in the south, where I'm at right now. Okay? Where the Lord's being on right now. Okay? And the flame of devouring fire, man. And the flame of devouring fire. The Most High is coming to set this place ablaze. America's going to be set on fire. And this is going to happen in all other parts of the world also, man. Okay? This thing is deadly. It's detrimental serious, man. Alright? So it says, thousands of residents fled their homes and huddled near the shore. Okay? And like I said earlier, it's over 4,000 that have evacuated. There was nowhere else to go. Apocalyptic scenes like these in Malakoto, a vacation destination between Sydney and Melbourne, came on the last day of the warmest decade on record in Australia. So the Most High brought this on one of the hottest days on record. He brought the flame of devouring fire on the last day. Okay? While these Edomites over there and these other heathenistic nations on these weather channels and everything, talking about this is the hottest day on record. The Most High ushered in this flame of fire on that same day. The country is in the grip of a devastating fire season with months of summer still to go. As record-breaking temperatures, strong winds, and prolonged drought have ignited huge blazes across the country, the government prepared to deploy Navy vessels and military helicopters to help fight the fire and evacuate the people. And it's not going to work, man, because the angels are in these fires. They control everything. They control all the elements. You can spray all that shit from out of these helicopters. Like you see on this picture right here, you got the helicopters spraying that shit. That's not going to do nothing. All they're going to do is just urge the fire to continue to go on. This is a devouring fire. The Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah doing his thing, man. Making that visit. Alright. I had one of this Sirach. Sirach 39. Sirach 39. You know, Sirach 39. And let me get verse you got to start at 28. Verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sword strokes. Talk about the holy angels, man. They get down and busy, man, and dirty. That's coming in Jacob's trouble. Gonna be a lot of death out here from these holy angels taking their place, man. Alright? Which in their fury lay on sword strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And that word appease means to please. Do the bill. Okay? They please Yahweh Bashim Yahweh by doing his bid, his will. Okay? With these fires. Okay? With these fires. You know, Jake's over there praying to Syracuse, you know, to say Cesare Borgia. The Most High, he has a judgment time for you, man. Like he did over the Bahamas with these hurricanes, man. Worshiping other deities, other gods. You know, other powers instead of the only one true power, Yahweh Yahweh Shah. The Most High brings death. These are all the signs, great mourners and sorrows. Let me get that. jump back to that right there. Second Esdras, Second Esdras. Yeah, let me get 15. All right. Second Esdras 15 and verse 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him. Worship another deity is a sin. And therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. These are the plagues right here. The fires. Okay? The storm and tempest. Earthquakes. And ye shall remain in them. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Behold, an horrible vision at the appearance thereof from the east. And it goes all the way down. We don't get into, the persecution that's coming and everything like that. This great wrath that's coming, man. It's already been poured out. Back in Sirach chapter 39 and verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. I mean, out of the Holy Bible. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So this is the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, to make that visit upon the earth, because your sins have reached all the way up, man. Esau, your sins have reached all the way up. The Most High is bringing judgment. He's going to bring that punishment, that visit. Okay? For you. Oh, let me get that. Back in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. But this is coming quick. The scripture's coming quick. The great day, the great and terrible day of our Lord Yahweh Yahushua is near. 2nd Esdras 15. In verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Over and over. That's why the Most High is bringing judgment to this earth. Okay? One more precept and I'm going to close it out. Alright, 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 18. The beginnings of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness. With all these things happening like this article that I'm reading, man. All right? They still not going to turn from their wickedness, man. Even these jakes that's over there in Australia. The wildfires happening all over these places, all over there in Cali. Got all the 12 tribes over there in Cali. They still not going to turn from their wickedness. Great death going to commence right in front of them, and they still not going to take all into repentance. So the Most High has to delete you from off the face of the earth as it is. That's all that's left to do. Okay? And it says, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Jump down. And the earth shall be laid waste. And verse 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. And America's going to be laid a desolate land, man. Okay? A wilderness. Okay? These are the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Okay? Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has come to set fire upon this earth, man. Okay? So with that, I'm going to close it out. Hope the video has been edifying. These are end-time prophetic events that are taking place upon our great, terrible King, Hamashiach Yahushua's return. Okay? The great, dreadful day. Oh, let me get that. Malachi, the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet. And I can get into that too, but I'm going to hold that for another topic. before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. The great and dreadful day of the Lord is at hand. Facing the east, giving all infinite honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makah, Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostle, great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect men who continue to push this truth and sound doctrine throughout the four corners of the earth and on fire for Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai in these last days. Wherever ye are scattered. Shalom, Makim, Kwan Yasha'Allah, Shabbat Shalom.